A hospital bed is probably the last place John thought he would be spending his Wednesday when he boarded the bus from Nairobi to Mombasa. But it is where he, alongside 19 other passengers, had to go after surviving a fatal road accident along the Mombasa Nairobi road. John was seated right behind the driver's seat when the accident occurred. He says the driver, who police now say was taking his maiden bus trip after having been a lorry driver for a while, was unfamiliar with the route, but he was also speeding.
It was a bit drizzling and the driver was trying to overtake. But the way he was overtaking, it wasn't professional.
Ignoring the calls of the passengers turned to be costly for the busload of passengers, around 39 of them.
But he hit a lorry head on. I was just seated next to the driver.
So nikiangalia makosa ya mwenye kuendesha basi, ali overtake matrela zingine na hali kule mbele anaona kuna gari nyingine inakuja. Na katika hiyo carelessness kwa overtake ama kupita hizi magari zingine, ndio hii ajali imefanyika mbaya sana.
Nilishikilia that metal inakwanga kwa buses. So nilipatikana tu niko kwa barabara, nimetoka na windscreen na mguu iko na fracture.
Moments later, the bus burst into flames, devouring 9 of the passengers and leaving 20 other injured. Steve was amongst the first responders on the scene. He says there wasn't much they could do to save those on board.
Tukua tuna uwezo. Tukua tunazunguka tuone kama kuna mtu tunaweza kama kunatokea kichwa tuvute. Hatukupata. Kuna wale walikuwa wanatoka, unaona mtu anatoka, huyu akitoka walibebwa na polisi.
He blames the Makueni County Firefighting Department for a slow response to the tragedy.
Imekuja tuseme saa 10, saa 11. Na hii kitu ilitendeka saa 5. Kwa hivyo hii ni kama tungekuwa na zimamoto hapa, hao watu hata hawangekufa.
The county's police commander, who was on the scene, says the government is now stepping up its monitoring of traffic rules to help prevent such from recurring. This, he maintains, will not only save lives but also save government expenses that it incurs every time mass deaths occur on the road.
Wewe unapatikana uvai helmet unakamatwa. Kama wewe unapatikana unaendesha gari recklessly, overtaking carelessly, unakamatwa. Ndio watu waanze kuelewa kwamba ukifanya makosa unakamatwa.
While the government and the families of the dead and injured mourn the losses, there are those who did not hesitate to reap from this disaster. Among those who arrived at the scene once the fire had died down was seen looting. The looters appeared to show no remorse even when caught on camera.
Wewe mbona huogopi?
Pia mimi naogopa, maana nikipata damu singechukua, lakini kwa vile watu wameshachomeka.
Some of the injured have been treated and discharged, while 10 others remain unaccounted for. Identifying the dead is also likely to be a tall order, as the bodies were burnt beyond recognition. Brenda, Wanga, NTV.